Task-based learning. In order to understand this approach, we need to define and understand what a task is. So, what is a task? Well, a task is any activity that learners engage in during the process of learning a language. A task is a range of learning activities from simple to more complex. Now that we understand what a task is, we can proceed to learn more about this approach. So, what is task-based learning? Task-based learning is a teaching approach which focuses on the student by asking him to do meaningful activities or tasks. These tasks can be daily routines like buying a cup of coffee or a ticket to the cinema. Instead of a language structure or function to be learned, students are presented with a task they have to perform or a problem they have to solve. However, why do we use this approach? To give learners confidence in trying out whatever language they know. To give learners experience of spontaneous interaction. To give learners the chance to benefit from noticing how others express similar meanings. To give learners chances for negotiating turns to speak. As well, we have some roles that we have to follow. Teacher's role, selector and sequencer of tasks, preparing learnings for tasks, consciousness raising. Learner's role, group participant, monitor, risk taker and innovator. Now, it is time to know the types of learning activities which are essential on this approach. For example, jigsaw tasks, information gap tasks, problem-solving tasks, decision-making tasks, opinion exchange tasks. Now that we know the main features of this approach, we can proceed to talk about advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. As the tasks are likely to be familiar to the students are more likely to be engaged, which may further motivate them in the learning. It is more student-centered. It allows more meaningful communication. Students will be exposed to a whole range of lexical phrases, collocations, and patterns as well as language forms. It encourages students to be more ambitious in the language they use. The psychological dynamics of the group which works together to complete a task will have a great influence on their success. Disadvantages. Students will stay within the narrow confines of familiar words and forms. Some students can hide and rely on others to do the bulk of the work and learning. Difficulty of implementing task-based teaching where classes are large and space limited and/or inflexible. Finally, how does it work? We have 3 simple steps. First, pre-task activity. Here, we make an introduction to the topic and task. As well, the teacher presents what will be expected of the students in the task phase. Second, task cycle. Here, we have the task, planning, and report. The teacher sets up the task and steps back, working as a monitor. Students complete the task in pairs of groups. Students then report back to the pairs, groups, or the class orally. Third, language focus and feedback with more practice. The teacher highlights relevant parts from the text for the students to analyze. Finally, the teacher selects language areas to practice based upon the needs of the students. Now, you can implement a task-based learning approach to your students. See you around!